Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle made some comments recently and got into a bit of a stage kerfuffle with a fellow comedian, DeRay Davis, in regards to some of the statements that
Katt Williams made on the Club Shay Shay podcast. You know, what's going on in Atlanta? You know, it's raining, it's sleeting, it's snowing. A pimp don't know what to wear.
First of all, if you've seen this clip, shout out to MREC TV. MREC TV. Like, that's the most exciting thing about this whole Dave Chappelle and DeRay Davis situation is, you know, the most entertaining thing about it to me is MREC TV. Like, whoever got this footage, it's underscored by this MREC TV plug. So shout out to MREC TV. You know, that's hype. You know, it's just like, yeah, what? Thuggin'. I'm feeling that, you know, it just sounds cool. MREC TV. It's the most interesting thing about this whole situation. But check it. The beef is like, yeah, Dave's on stage. He's doing a show. I think it's at the Improv. I don't know what branch. I don't know where. I don't know what. But it says Improv on the back, on the background. So he's on stage. And it's a strange kind of a setup. Because generally speaking, stand-up comic, the only person on stage during stand-up comedy is the comedian. So already the whole context of the video is kind of debatable. Because it didn't really seem like a typical stand-up comedian show. Because Dave's on stage, he's got the microphone, but on stage as well, just behind him, there's like a couple comedians. There's a few comedians. DeRay Davis being one of them. They're just like chilling on the stage. So I'm not really sure to the context of the show to begin with. I'm not really sure what the context of the performance was. Was he doing like a drop-in spot? Was it like a themed comedy show? Sometimes comedy shows do themes, different scenarios. Maybe it wasn't a traditional stand-up comedy set he was doing. So the context of the performance was kind of strange to begin with because of that fact. You got comedians on the stage. And come on, trust me. Myself, I'm a comedian. In my world as a stand-up comedian, I don't want nobody on my stage when I'm performing. You know, it's, I mean, for goodness sake, for goodness gravy, like if I'm blessed enough to do a set, if I'm charmed enough to do a set, can I do my set? You know, I don't want no other comic chilling in the background and hanging out on the stage. Can I have my time? So like in my world, an up and comer, it's like I'm the only one on my stage when I'm performing. So something was kind of suspect about this because, I mean, in Dave's world, headliner, world-renowned Dave Chappelle, like a Dave Chappelle comedy show is the height of comedy. What other comedy show are you going to? You know, it's like Dave Chappelle's like, that's the top of the food chain. So it's like, that's what I mean by why I question it. Because even when I'm doing stand-up comedy, I don't want some comic on the stage while I'm doing it, right? Dave's up there and you got all these comics in the background chilling. I don't know what was going on. It was like, so again, the context of the show was kind of weird to begin with. Anyways, Dave gets into it. He starts talking, he's going. Everyone pretty much knows, like Dave, high profile comic, he always asks his audience to turn off their cell phones. Turn off the cell phones. He's working shit out. He's trying stuff out. That's what comics do. So, you know, he's just loosely talking some shit on stage. Then he gets into the Katt Williams, Club Shay Shay,
You know something. I used to read 3,000 books a year. By the time I was 7 years old, I've been pimping, reading books.
So he's going on about Katt Williams. I mean, he's not doing Katt Williams impersonations, but he's just talking about it. And what he really does say, why did Katt go after, if you're going to go after the Illuminati, why go after Cedric the Entertainer. That's what sparked it. He started talking about Katt Williams, started talking about Cedric the Entertainer. He starts saying like, why are you going after Cedric the Entertainer? Is he a part of the Illuminati? No, he's just Cedric the Entertainer, blah, blah, blah. Which incites DeRay Davis to get up. So DeRay Davis, he's like sitting behind Chappelle on stage. Again, very weird. He's on stage sitting behind Dave Chappelle and he just kind of gets up and starts talking. It's like calling some shit out. And the gist of it's kind of like, the gist of it is DeRay's basically saying comedy's been boring. Katt is bringing competitiveness back to stand-up comedy. Comedy's competitive. So that's what DeRay's basically saying as a rebuttal to Dave's comment. Dave goes,
Yeah, what's with fucking...
or how do you do?
It's Dave, y'all niggas gonna be going after Cedric the Entertainer. Like, why are you going after Cedric the Entertainer? I mean, come on, dog, it ain't no Illuminati.
Then DeRay Davis is like, yo, Katt's right. Katt's bringing competitiveness back to stand-up comedy. It's been boring. Katt's right. So he's like defending Katt Williams, this DeRay Davis. And DeRay Davis, he's I would say he is a successful comedian. He's won some comedy competitions. He's fairly high profile. I would say a lot of people would recognize him. He's done television. He's been in a few movies. He's like I would say he's one of those kind of comics that you see him and you go, oh, isn't that guy a comic? Oh, I've seen him on TV. Oh, he's like he's doing well for himself. He's on a Dave Chappelle show. So, I mean, he's doing his thing. He's not quite in the same arena as some of these key players we're talking about with the Katt Williams and Club Shay Shay Interview, but, he's doing his thing, this DeRay Davis. So he goes into it on Chappelle. Katt's being competitive. And then Dave's like, Dave goes,
well, damn, what y'all niggas ain't whatever. I never, whatever.
I'm kind of paraphrasing, I'm summing up, but basically what Dave said was like, whatever. Like, yo, whatever. Why is Katt going after the black comics? Katt didn't go after the white comics. Whatever. In Dave's defense, he is a peer of Katt Williams. And as he mentioned, he's been in the game of comedy for like 40 plus years. So his attention and his viewpoint is different than the audience. He's aware of Katt Williams and he's aware of industry and he's aware of current events, but is he really hanging on every word? He's not hanging on every word the way a typical audience member would. Oh my God, did you see the Katt Williams interview? Everybody wants to talk about it. Dave, he had dropped his special, The Dreamer, New Year's Eve, 2024. He's doing his thing. He's not hanging on every word that Katt says, but he's aware. But he's getting a few things wrong. First of all, Katt didn't say that Cedric was a part of the Illuminati, the general Illuminati. Katt Williams' allegation was that Cedric the Entertainer stole his joke. Apparently, there's a joke that Katt Williams does. He did it like on Comic View, BET, back in like 1998, I believe. It was this big physical act out type of joke about black people driving a car or something like that. Cedric the Entertainer, in the film special Kings of Comedy, he closes his set with a similar routine about black people driving a spaceship. And there's a lot of allegations and a lot of talk, but that's the basic gist of it. Katt is accusing Cedric the Entertainer of stealing a joke. He's not accusing him of being a part of the Illuminati. And secondly, you know, if you're gonna say anything, like, I mean, I know Dave was just doing a impromptu. He was just doing a typical comedy set. Another day at the office, on stage, doing comedy, working it out, having a few drinks, feeling good, whatever, running his mouth. That's what we do as comics. Though, if you're gonna say nothing, you might as well say nothing, because he didn't say anything. He really was just like, well, whatever. You know, well, whatever what Katt's saying, whatever. I mean, why are you going after Cedric? Whatever. I mean, whatever about the Katt Williams viewpoint, and just whatever. Why aren't you going after black comedians? Why are you only going after black comedians? Why aren't you going after these white boys? And again, Dave missing a major piece of the conversation. Katt did. He went after the top white boy. Top dog. Not top G. Andrew Tate. Not top G, but the other top dog. Joe Rogan. He went after the other top white boy. Joe Rogan. I mean, if you're going to insult a white comedian, I mean, who bigger than Joe Rogan? So, you know, Katt went after Joe Rogan in the whole Joe Rogan sphere. So, you know, he's saying that Katt is saying that Cedric's a part of the Illuminati. Katt didn't say that. He's saying that Katt should just, whatever, forget it. What? Yeah, whatever with your grievances. What kind of a thing is that to say? If someone has a problem or a grievance, they have their problem, they have their grievance. Yeah, whatever to your problems. They don't really make much sense. And then also, yeah, Katt did go after white boy comics and their whole
It's a consortium. Oh, Shannon, I'm not just saying these motherfuckers are doing this shit by coincidence. It's a consortium. It's a conglomeration. You know, these niggas Joe's been putting on the same 6 niggas that ain't ever been funny. The same motherfuckers that ain't ever. Joe don't want me on his podcast. It's a consortium. So there you have it. Joe Katt's attacking white comics. He's attacking black comics. He's attacking Cedric for allegedly stealing his joke. Allegedly, he's making all these allegations. And then Dave basically whittles it down to, okay, whatever, Katt. Cedric's not part of the Illuminati. Why are you only going after black comics? Why aren't you going after white comics? Which again wasn't true. He went after everybody. Katt went like nuclear on everybody. That's part of why that interview on Club Shay Shay went so viral. He just shit on the whole industry. Shit on everybody. And so then DeRay, he's just, this DeRay Davis, that's where he takes umbrage and he's talking at Dave. And, it's kind of crazy when you think about it because, Dave's a goat. And it was just so weird to see Dave approached on stage like that by another fellow comedian. And again, the whole context of the show was kind of weird because you had comics sitting on the stage. So it's like DeRay didn't really rush. Like I couldn't say DeRay rushed the stage. He was on the stage. He just stood up and started talking. So, I mean, you can misconstrue it. And you can comment on it. And DeRay rushes the stage or DeRay interrupts Dave, but really it's kind of a weird gray area. What he really did was he just stood up and started talking at Dave, rebutting Dave. Though, I mean, it's comedy 101, man. It's like the last thing a comic wants is someone to interrupt their flow, to talk over their set. So, I mean, they're peers, they're friends. Dave knows DeRay. He commented on DeRay's performance. I guess they see themselves as peers, but it's one of those things where it's just such bad business. I'm not saying that means like the friendship's over and it's all out war, but you can't deny it's bad
business. It's just a bad look. So, I mean, I know that for my career. So I'm looking at Dave, the GOAT, you know, another fellow comedian just standing up there and berating him and shutting him down. And they're going back and forth with the mic. Dave gave him the mic and he's talking on the mic. And then Dave was trying to reach for the mic. It was really weird to see. It was really weird to see someone talking at Dave to the point in which the GOAT had to give up the microphone. He gave up the microphone to DeRay, and DeRay was going off. You know, Dave, you're a superhero. You have to act different. I mean, Katt didn't come up in the game the way you did, and because you're in the game the way you are, you have to be a superhero. You have to be an example. And DeRay's saying that, and then Dave's trying to get the microphone back, and it was weird. So long story short, from my viewpoint, MREC TV. Shout out to MREC TV, because the whole time during this kerfuffle, MREC TV is just like playing in the background. I'm just like, word, yo, go get that paper, MREC. MREC TV, do your thing. And I don't know, man, like, it's just a strange look. I didn't really get it. DeRay made his point. He stood with Katt, and he's saying Dave should move differently because he's a superhero and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, hey, yo, man, whether you're 2 feet tall or whether you're 52 at 5'2", like Katt Williams, 52 at 5'2", or if you're fucking Godzilla of stand-up comedy, man, you have a right to have your opinion. That's what comedy's about. It's about free speech. So the whole thing about Dave being a superhero and he has to move differently, act differently, I personally don't agree with that. Everyone has the right to be who they want to be, how they want to be. We're individuals. So I really don't understand that argument. That's how DeRay felt. Okay, whatever. He has his right to his opinion. And Dave, yo, like, I understand he was just doing a set, but in all honesty, considering he said nothing, he seemed to have said a lot. Because he didn't say anything. He's just like, whatever, to what Katt says. Whatever. I mean, he just basically said, like, get over it. Who cares? Like, whatever. Somebody stole your joke. Somebody didn't steal your joke. The Illuminati exists. The Illuminati doesn't exist. Like, whatever. And it's really kind of weird hearing that from Dave, considering the whole, like, you know, gallivanting off to fucking Timbuktu. He's off in Africa some fucking place, you know, during the Chappelle show hiatus and all the stuff he went through in his career. It was kind of weird to hear Dave just be like, well, whatever to these. He basically just said whatever. He said nothing, basically. For everything he said nothing. He was like, whatever to whatever Katt says, whatever, and whatever. Kind of strange to hear from Dave, of all people. But I don't know.